Hello, everybody, and I am Clone Stories, and today we'll be doing What If Deku Was a Demon, Part 2. I did not post yesterday, because I just binge-watched 2 animes twice in a row. First, I just watched Skate the Infinity, and I just finished today Erased, which it was twists and turns, I tell you. Crazy. There's some pretty good animes. So yeah. So we continue the story off when Deku and Todoroki were running towards their school. And yeah, they eventually get there as when Izuku's like, "You're slow, brother." As Todoroki's like, as he's puffing for breath and says, "Izuku, you're fast." Didn't think you would be so fast. Even when I'm using my ice. As Izuku says, "You know you'd be faster if you would have just used your fire." As he walks into the school. As Todoroki says, "I'm not gonna use his quirk." As Izuku's like, "How is it his quirk though? It's just a fire quirk." As Todoroki's like, "You don't understand, Izuku. It's his side. He wants me to use it." As Izuku says, millions of people have fire quirks. Just because one number 2 hero simply has it doesn't mean anything. As Todoroki says, whatever. As they eventually get into the exam hall. As President Mike starts explaining, Izuku not muttering because he was never nervous. I mean, he didn't stutter at all in the entire sentence he just spoke to Todoroki. So Izuku just went on with it. The entirety of the explanation went smoothly up until near the end when President Mike was about to get to the final robot. Tenya Ida, a kid who is tall with blue hair and quite physically fit, poked up and said, "I am very disappointed in UA, sir." As President Mike looks up and says, "What was that?" As Tenya Ida says, "You heard me. In the pamphlet that was given to all of us at the start of today." One sec, guys. Okay. So, I'm very disappointed that you have only explained 3 robots. There is 4. The 0 pointer you have forgotten. As President Mike snickers back like, "Kid, I was just getting there. You need to chill out." As Tenya Ida says, "Understood, sir," as he sits down. And President Mike explains the rest of the exam, and they eventually get towards the entrance area towards the cities for the exam. As Todoroki and Izuku had different cities. I mean, Todoroki, actually, no. He went off for the recommendation exams. And Izuku thought, "I hope someone's here that is strong as me. I hope I get a challenge." As President Mike says, 3, 2, as no one's jumping, as he says, "Go. You guys should not be waiting so long. There's no timer for being a hero." As everyone immediately rushes forward, and Izuku actually rushes past most of them, being nearly just behind the fast kid Tenya Ida, who obviously had a speed quirk. And Izuku and Ida begin demolishing the robots that were placed in front of them. And yeah, they just go off. So, Izuku and Ida, after they defeat the first couple of robots, look over to each other, and Izuku says, "Stupid rich kid." as he quickly rushes towards where he heard some screams. And Izuku arrives on a battlefield with 30 of the 3-pointers. As Izuku says, "That's bad. So many points in one place. Too many 3-pointers, though." As 4 kids are grabbed into the middle of them, and 5 of them raise up their weapons. As Izuku is like, "I can't let that happen." As he pushes through the robots and starts punching them all away and says, "I won't let that happen." Oh, sorry, guys. And the kids are like, "Let's help him." As they all begin using their quirks, although weak, Izuku eventually gets over to them. As Izuku asks, "Are you guys okay?" As mid-sentence, he's interrupted by a swift kick to his jaw, sending him into an asphalt pillar. As the robots recoil and get up, as they begin using their gun that was put into them, obviously, and start shooting at Izuku. As Izuku takes the bullets onto him, grunting as they all hit him slowly. Izuku, being a demon, doesn't die to bullets. To kill him, like in Demon Slayer, you would need the special swords, but alas, they don't exist, so he's basically immortal, kind of. Unless someone had some sort of way to kill him. So, Izuku just takes them all and runs through the robots entirely, hitting their head off one by one. Eventually, he destroys the final one and looks over to the kids and they say, "Amazing." As Izuku's like, "Thank you." As he gets onto his knees, very, very exhausted. As he looks behind him, as he's kicked into the side of the building by the 0-pointer. As one of the kids screams and says, "Is he dead?" As one of the taller kids says, "We'll do it for him." As he gets his lightning blade ability ready, and they begin fighting the robot. As Izuku falls from the very tall height and onto the ground with like a sort of splat. As his body finishes regenerating, Izuku says, "Oh, I can't stand up." As he sees the 0-pointer had done a number onto his legs. Both were completely broken. The bones, we don't talk about the bones were gone. Izuku just says, "Nope, can't move." As the kids start getting pushed back by the robot. And eventually, the kids are in front of Izuku. And Izuku says, "You got this, guys." As he gets up, his legs having healed a little of the bones. And Izuku is like, "We got this." As he jumps over to the robot. And with his immense strength, actually climbs onto the robot with his very big jump. As Izuku kicks the robot in the face and jumps backwards, but realizing he wasn't on the ground, he was at its head. So, we're going to use Izuku's demon art, which I'm going to say, no, we can let you guys decide in part 3 for a poll. Yeah, I can do that. As Izuku jumps back to the ground, his feet taking all of the pressure from the jump. As the kid says, "Are you okay?" As Izuku says, "No, I'm not." As the timer is up, as the robot folds into the ground, and Izuku immediately falls to the ground. And the kids are like, "We need to get him to recovery, girl." And it goes from like that to there, basically. Yeah, it was pretty good. So, Izuku thinks to himself, walking home, saying, My regeneration. That was awesome. As Todoroki finally gets to him. As Todoroki says, "So how'd it go?" As Izuku points to his legs and says, "Completely shattered. No bones. I'm barely able to walk. I've been walking for 30 minutes." As Todoroki says, "But it takes like 5 minutes to walk to the house." Izuku says, "Exactly." As Todoroki says, well, just let me carry you with my ice." As they eventually do get to the house. When Endeavor says, "I'd assume you did a magnificent, Shoto." As Shoto just nods. And he looks to Izuku and says, "Boy, how did you do?" As Izuku says, "I got at least 90 points, sir. I will most certainly be into Class 1A of the Hero Course." As Endeavor remarks to himself, "Excellent." The reason, guys, Endeavor never trained Izuku, his quirk frightened Endeavor. It was very deadly if Izuku got angry, to say. But it didn't usually get to that because he was surrounded by kind-hearted people, and the only time he got serious was when he was fighting the robots. As 4 weeks later, finally, Endeavor gets 2 envelopes in the mail and gives them both to his 2 sons. He gives it to Shoto directly and sends it through Izuku's door. And Izuku, opening it, sees Shota Aizawa welcoming him to UA High School, telling Izuku Todoroki that he'll be a part of Class 1A of the Hero Course, and that classes start tomorrow. As Izuku thinks to himself, "That's great." As Todoroki obviously got in, as you would imagine. As the brothers come together a couple minutes later and clap their hands to each other and say, "Well, we did it!" triumphantly. And yeah, they had a great friendship, guys. So, I hope I do post tomorrow. Yeah, I do. So, guys, watch out for that pool. I will be posting it, whatever you guys want his demon art to be, which is kind of like his ability, like say his quirk, like his special ability. If you guys have seen Demon Slayer, you know what I'm talking about. Make it something special and something cool. So yeah, this is Clone Stories signing off at nearly 1 o'clock. Bye bye.